This episode of the CZ Media Podcast is brought to you by Rancho Bravo Tacos. They have two convenient locations, Capitol Hill and Wallingford. I love going to Capitol Hill. I'll go order my food, whether it be tacos, burritos, or tamal. I love their tamales. They're fantastic. And then I'll go sit on the patio, enjoy my meal, and then wait for something interesting to happen. And given that it's Capitol Hill, something interesting always happens. If you don't have time to go to either location, you can always order through your favorite food ordering app, Uber Eats, Caviar, or Chow Now. They make it really easy to get all of your favorite items. So next time you're craving some delicious Mexican food, stop in or order. You'll be glad you did.
Tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. Tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. Tonight I'm feeling mean, gonna make an ugly scene. Tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. Tonight I'm gonna pick myself a fight. If some deserving dirtbag a black eye, and if he swings at me, then I'll bust that sucker's knee. 'Cause tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the CZ Media Podcast. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone to follow us and subscribe on your favorite podcasting app, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And then check out our sponsors, Rancho Bravo Tacos. There's a location on Capitol Hill and in Wallingford. And our newest sponsor, SoleMates. They're at 1422 Harvard Ave. So if you know the Capitol Hill area, on the corner of Pike and Broadway, you'll see a QFC. Go up the stairs, around the corner, you'll see SoleMates. So if you like Jordans, Yeezys, Off-White, Travis Scott, Supreme, Bait, Cause, stop by the shop. They got you covered. And we're working with them to get a special promotion so that listeners can shop online and get either free shipping or 5% off or something. So stay tuned for that because it is coming. So today, what up, Jose?
What's up? Bam,
Fist bump. So fans know Jose Cervantes. You were on my show 2 years ago, almost to the day.
Time flies.
Time flies,
Yeah.
man. I was looking at it today. And it's, time definitely flies. And the last time you were here, you had just had your pro debut boxing, and your kid was born while you were fighting, probably. Or was it?
While I was fighting.
While you were fighting.
While the fight finished, boom, knocked him out. Baby came out too.
And I remember your fight was over, and I told Laura, I was like, because you had mentioned something before. I had seen you before. And then I told Lori, he's got to go. It's like, you can't have, because usually when fights are over, people go, you take pictures, you mingle with the crowd a little bit. I was like, he's got to go.
Yeah.
And I remember I just patted you on the back, and I saw you leaving, still in your trunks. You just put a shirt
boots.
on.
Yeah.
So we spoke about that last time. So, I mean, that was pre shut down. And
yeah, that was.
How's the last 2 years been for you?
Oh man, well, the baby's definitely bigger, 2 years older now. Ezequiel Levy, yeah. Little fighter, man. Fighter, wrestler, soccer player. With Pee-wee, older brother and older sister, he's just active, he's just active. And man, we just been going at it, same thing, same routine, family, work, and boxing,
Family, work, and boxing.
That's right.
That should be a t-shirt. Family, work, and boxing.
Yep, family, work, and boxing.
So you're currently 3-0.
3-0, 3 knockouts.
3 knockouts. The first fight, Emerald Queen. The second fight,
Emerald Queen
Emerald
as well.
Queen.
Yeah.
And then the third fight in
Guadalajara, Mexico.
Guadalajara. That's one of the harder ones for me to
Guadalajara.
pronounce. Guadalajara.
I heard that.
Where were you from?
Guadalajara.
Are you?
Born in California, but my family, I was raised in Guadalajara as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was born in Coahuila.
Coahuila. Where's that?
In dead center.
All right.
It's if you look at Bronzeville, Texas, we're straight south.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I don't even know where Bronzeville is.
No?
I'm the type of person, I don't know the maps. I don't know presidents. I don't know nothing. Come on, man.
It's the southernmost part of Tejas.
Okay.
How it comes down to that little point.
Yeah. I know.
Right
Tejas,
there.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
The very southernmost point, you just go straight. So, like, where my family's from, right dead center in the middle of the country. Desert. It's feo. It's ugly there. I did not like going there as a kid.
Yeah.
It was
Have you
not
visited?
fun. Man, the last time my grandparents were from this ranchito named Hipolito. Little tiny. No, hardly running water. My grandpa didn't get indoor plumbing until I was 16.
Wow.
So before that, everything was an outhouse. Before that, they would heat up water on the stove to take a bath, to take a shower. But when I was 16, they finally got plumbing, and you could take. He didn't have a hot water heater still, though, so the showers were cold.
Jicarazos.
Oh yeah.
Yep, with the balde
And the houses were all adobe.
Yeah.
Dirt floors, no grass, no trees, like out in the middle of the desert, just cactus. So I haven't been there since I was 17. Now when we go to Mexico, we go to the beach.
No need to go back there.
No,
Remember those days.
No, although most of my family right now is in Monterrey.
Okay.
So they're in a city. I mean, that's a huge city. Although it was tough there a few years ago. Like there was a lot of cartel nonsense in Monterrey.
Yeah.
But I believe it seems to have calmed down. My uncles are telling me that it's not so bad anymore. But the main reason I don't go is because there's not a beach.
And if we're going to go to Mexico on vacations, you want to relax at the beach,
A margarita just doesn't hit the same when you're in a concrete jungle.
Right.
You need a beach. You need someone offering you freshly harvested oysters right on the beach. And you don't get that in Monterrey.
No.
You don't get that at all. So you have a fight coming up.
I do, yeah.
And how's that?
Man, well, excited, excited to fight. Well, my last fight, I was excited about that one too, because I hadn't fought since COVID, you know what I mean? Since COVID. And
when was your Guadalajara fight?
That was November. That was, I think, November or... I don't know. I'm a boxer, man. I got bad memory. No, I think that was in November. And I was excited about that one because they told me, like, hey, you want to fight in Mexico? Yeah, we're at Guadalajara. I'm like, well, that's where I'm from.
There you go.
That's my family's out there. I can bring people. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Will you have a fight?
I
pulled. Yeah. I sold about, I don't know, maybe like 60 tickets out there. Yeah. Just family members, coming from not too far, but yeah, they showed up, man. It was cool out there. So I was excited about that fight,
When was the last time you had seen them?
Oh, man, a long time. Yeah, long time, years. Probably I can say about 8-9 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, man, that's cool. Not only do you get to see your family, but they get to see you do what you love and get to see you knock someone out.
Exactly.
That's
I didn't get to spend too much time with them because, I got there 3 days before the fight, but I was still trying to make weight, so or still trying to relax before the fight. So I saw my family here and there, not too much. I was just trying to rest, trying to eat healthy, still working out, still trying to cut weight. So the day of the fight, I kicked it with them after the fight. Went to go eat some tacos, you know what I mean? Some fire tacos too.
Oh.
And then the following day we kicked it, and then I believe that was Sunday we kicked it, and then on Monday I came back. I had to come back to work. You know?
Man, I bet you they appreciated and loved every second of that, man.
Yeah. They kept asking me, hey, when's the next one? When are you coming again? Oh, I don't know.
Well, so this next one's not there.
This next one's not there. This one's gonna be here in Bellevue.
Oh, there's no bomb tacos.
No, they're not gonna be no tacos.
There might be, but
yeah, not like over there.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Man, you're.
But yeah, I'm pumped up about this one, man. You know, I really didn't know when there was gonna be fights again here because of the whole virus thing going on. You know, every time there was gonna be a show, it would always get, hey, you know what? Never mind, it got shut down because of COVID or whatever, you know, and this one seems like it's going through. The venue accepted, and they're already selling tickets and all that, you know, so it's a go on this one.
That's good. That's so during COVID, I think boxing handled it horribly, and if you ask me, they lost fans like me because UFC did it so well. UFC handled shutdown really well, and primarily it was because UFC built this big facility, the Performance Institute, and it has a little mini arena, so they were able to completely quarantine it, and they kept on doing shows.
Yeah.
So even all throughout shutdown, because they could control it, they were still doing. And from what I read, and I mean, who knows if it's real or not, boxing was so stubborn and fixated on having fights only in Vegas in arenas that they didn't look anywhere else to see where they could. Mm-hmm. It seems like if there had, and you know, boxing is already a little bit messed up where there's so many organizations, they don't work well with each other.
No, that's what I was going to say.
They're so isolated in and of themselves, and, you know, a lot of cooperation. They're not known for cooperating, but if I were there, if I had Suleiman's ear, I would say, let's do a deal with the UFC for them to let us use their facility so that we can do some boxing.
Yeah.
It's like, it seems like there had been, I mean, and I could be completely talking out of my butt. I don't know.
That's just what I think.
But it seems, it's like, if they were able to do it, why couldn't boxing do it?
Yeah, well, they started, they did do something like that when there was going to be fights. Okay, you're about to fight. All right, you need to come into the bubble. They called it the bubble, you know, the hotel. I guess you were at the hotel for, I don't know, a week or two before the fight. But yeah, there was no fights. You know, I'm like, man, why can't there be TV fights? You know what I mean? And, or I don't know. I mean, they can still make their money off of TV views, right?
Man, I think UFC proved that you don't need an audience to have good fights.
Yeah, good fight. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
And it's actually, for fans, it's
cooler,
man. It was like watching these dudes fight with no one there and being able to hear the coaches yell. Yeah. And even being able to hear the fighters, you know, the talking that they do. I liked it.
For the fans, like you're saying, for the fans was probably cool, but for the fighter, I don't know if it's motivating or not without the crowd. You know, I could say maybe without the crowd will be cool because you're more concentrated, you know.
Yeah.
But then I don't think it's that same adrenaline, you know. Like I can't say the fans feel me when I'm in the fight, you know. But if you hear them, you're like, okay, you know, let's go. But I can't imagine fighting with nobody being there. But I mean, we fight in the gym sparring. Yeah. There ain't no fans there. Nobody's screaming, but your coach.
Right. As UFC was starting to have these fights, the commentators would say, how will the fighters respond to no crowd? Will mentally they just take it as sparring and not put 100%? Mm-hmm. But man, the very first fight cleared that up. And it was really good. So they put on some really good shows. I'm sure there's a perfectly valid reason why they didn't do anything, and I'm just a salty fan.
Yeah,
but I mean,
we don't know too much about it.
Exactly, but I just wish that there had been more boxing because I've bought every UFC pay-per-view for the last 3 years. I mean, there's probably only a couple that I've missed. That's because we're not here, and we got to see it in Mexico for free because Mexico doesn't pay for pay-per-views.
That's right.
And it would have just been nice to us. Man, Canelo could have fought a couple more times. It's like,
yeah,
Bud Crawford could have fought a couple more times. It just would have been nice. But I'm glad that Washington State is finally starting to be a tad bit normal, even though they're still super whack here, and that the promoter was able to find a venue and that you have a date for a fight, and it's March
12th.
March 12th,
Saturday in Bellevue.
So you have 6 weeks.
6 full weeks.
Are you in full training camp? Well,
I'm in training camp. Yes, I am. I'm full training camp. Hitting it, running. I still work. I'm still going to work.
Man.
I put in my 8 hours. I was working before the fight announcement. Before I knew, I was working 10. I was trying to take as much overtime as I can. 10 hours a day, working Saturdays, trying to save up what I could in case there is a fight so I can, use some of that money I can take time off from work so I can train,
Yeah.
So now I'm only working 8 hours. I go to work 8 hours, I go train, and then I run after I train, and that's what I'm doing right now.
Only 8 hours.
Only 8 hours. Yeah, only 8 hours. Seems like the day goes by a lot quicker. Trust me.
Una gente dice, ay, 8 horas, no aguanto las 8.
Yeah, but that's how I was too. But then after working 10s, 8 hours, everybody at work hates me. Like, wow, yeah, you part-time. You're a part-time guy. You leaving at 8 hours. I'm like, bro, I gotta go. You better win. If you lose, you better not come back to the job site. They tell me, hey, I ain't losing. I'm not losing.
So you do construction, right?
I do construction. Yeah, man. I see that as a workout too. Even though it's tough and it's tough on my body, but sometimes I'm over here. I carry my tool belt. That's probably like 30 pounds, man. 30. I don't know, but it's heavy.
It's heavy.
Probably 30 or more.
I don't think I've ever picked up a light.
I'm just saying 30, but I'm carrying that every day. And we're working at the Muckleshoot hotel. So we're already up on the 7th floor, So yeah, you can take the man lift, but that's always packed. And obviously, if you're waiting for the man lift, your foreman's always like, "Where are you at?" Like we're already up here. So we just get there and go up the stairs. And we're constantly going up and down the stairs. And
sheesh,
I see it as a workout. That's what I want to tell myself. It's a workout.
It is.
Okay, it's a workout.
My knees already hurt.
Yeah.
So you wear this heavy tool belt. Then you wear steel toe shoes.
I don't wear steel toe no more.
No more?
Yeah, nah. Well, some jobs require, especially in the union, they require you to.
Yeah.
But depending on what you're doing, if you're doing some heavy lifting of something that but what I'm doing right now doesn't really require me to.
Oh, okay.
Because I hate it, man. Yeah, man, I hate them. I hated those boots. I had to buy them a size bigger just so my fat toe doesn't hit the steel toe. I got a fat foot right there.
The man part of me the man part of me is saying, I need to tell Jose that I did a lot of hard work too, so that he doesn't think he's the only one.
Yeah, man, that's me. Construction work every day, and I thought I wasn't gonna work tomorrow. They just called me on my way over. Hey, tomorrow work, all right? 6:30.
Oh no, that's why we did this today, so that you could sleep in.
But it's cool, I see it as in, all right, I need to take as much money as I can right now, because for this fight, being here at home, fighting in front of all the people I know or all the people I know that are gonna come over. I hope they come through. Everybody come through,
Well, we'll definitely put links to everything.
And so I want a full training camp. I don't want to be. I'm still working right now because obviously I still got 6 weeks, but I'm thinking I'm only going to work 2 more weeks and ask my boss, like, well, I'm going to let him know ahead of time, like, hey, you know what, I'm going to take a month off before this fight so I can fully train. I know he's not going to. I don't know if they're going to be cool or not, but there's other work anywhere else, If they don't like it, well. But they already told me, they already supported me on my last fight.
Okay.
They're like, yeah, it's fine. Go ahead. I gave them a notice, 2-3 week notice. They gave me layoff and I was cool. I went to Mexico and came back. They're like, hey, congrats, you're back to work. Let's do it.
Man, so there's probably people listening saying, oh, he's just using the system to take time off. But we know what I hear when you say that. I hear that you are a valuable employee and that your job values you, knows that there's life outside of work, and that your work is such of high quality that they're okay giving you your time, and they're happy to have you back because they know you're gonna get.
Yes, and that's exactly what my superintendent told me to. He was like, "Look, Jose, This building is gonna get built with you or without you. If you need your time off, you go ahead. You know what I mean? We'll gladly have you. Because I have my foreman, you know what I mean? He speaks highly of me. Like, hey, this kid, we want this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm okay with giving that time off. And if you're okay with hiring him back, then, they're like, oh, yeah, let's do it.
The reason I say that is because I was listening to the news the other day, and there's this Reddit, right? Reddit is this platform where there's pictures and video, but it's more like message boards. And there's this subreddit called anti-work. And there was someone representing this because it had over 1 million subscribers, this anti-work subreddit, which all it is this huge forum where people were just complaining about their jobs and talking about how they didn't want to work hours, that they wanted to feel valuable, that they didn't want to do more, that their bosses tell them to do. Like, it's basically a bunch of huevones.
Whiners.
So this guy was on the news talking about this subreddit, and the person interviewing him said, how many hours a day do you work? And the person said 5. He works 5 hours a day, and he was complaining that he was working too much. And then they asked him, what do you do? And then he goes, I'm a dog walker.
Oh, man.
I was like, chale, right?
Yeah,
it was
what
like,
the heck? All right.
You don't want to work 5 hours a day and you're walking dogs. And then they're like, that's a problem, right? That is a huge problem. But I mean, luckily he did get, the person did get a little bit of criticism because sheesh, get out of here, man.
I mean, I don't know. I got my dogs, and I have a backyard, you know, so I take them out there. I don't really walk them, so I got 4 now. So I can't.
Puppies?
Well, no, they're big. They're big dogs. Yeah, well, American Bully, you know, micro American Bully. They're full grown, but they're like puppies actually. They're small, you know, and I don't walk them, but I can't imagine that being a job, you know. I knew about it. My mom's like, hey, when you don't work, can you take my dog out? I'm like, no. I think she used an app, something like that. Somebody will come to the house and take the dog.
Yeah. I mean, it probably shouldn't be your main job. It should be a side gig.
Hey, but there's some people lucky enough that they don't have to work. You know what I mean?
But these aren't the people we're talking about. These people are doing that, pero de todos modos están quejando that they don't have money.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's like this is a different type of person. This is a person that wants to work 3 hours a day dog walking, but still make enough money to pay for rent, all utilities, and then enough money to go to the bar on the weekend.
They probably want the dog to use the same spot every single time too, right outside the door, so he could be done with his walk.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, some people might take offense, but I think it's hilarious because I mean, you work hard, and there's no complaining. And if you do complain, there are plenty of people that will take your spot.
Yeah, and the quickness,
and do the job that you do. I was a machinist for a long time, and we had mandatory 12-hour shifts, and I did that for 8 years.
Wow.
And every now and then we would have to work a Saturday too. So a potential 66-hour week, and
big checks only.
It wasn't only until after I became the shift lead that I started making pretty good money. But it was hard. It was I ran CNC mills and lathes. So I would pick up 30, 40, 50-pound chrome bars, put them into a machine. It would machine one side of it, either drill it with a hole in a thread or just flat, and then flip it over and do some other design to it. So doing that, 100 times a shift.
A workout.
Jeez, I had some big old guns.
What happened?
I found an office job. Ya valió.
Yup, that's what happened.
It's over. It was over. Now it's no more. Now I have to go to the gym to lift these bars.
Yeah.
That they used to
Why
pay me.
I do heavy lifting all day. I'm telling you, we're doing that hotel. It's we're doing the deck. We're building the deck, and then they do it concrete, and we're just doing that all over, 18 floors up. Sheesh. But it's heavy work, yeah.
Are you afraid of heights?
Not really. I mean, I was before my previous job. My previous one in downtown Seattle, we were going like 40-something stories. And I was scared because it was my first time doing it. But after a few floors, I mean, I was still scared. But now coming over here,
it's like
it's cool. I'm right there on the head. If they follow me on Instagram, I'm always posting videos. I'm always getting in trouble too. I always look. Nobody's watching me. Okay, I post a video. Oh yeah. Ooh. And next thing you know, hey Jose, what are you doing?
No, I follow and I watch, and it's like, man, you and Ricardo.
Oh yeah, Ricardo too.
Ricardo does post his videos where he's way up there, just walking just like it chilling. Ain't no thing. Mm-hmm. Man, that's tough. I'm not. You definitely have to get used to it.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
So you're juggling a physically demanding job, working your eight hours or so, then heading to the gym. What do you do in between to forget about the 8 hours that you just spent at work and then refresh to get ready to put in another 2-3 hours at the gym?
Well, I mean, I would go home, eat, chill, and then go to the gym. But then I found myself getting tired. You know what I mean? Sometimes I would just make up excuses and not go. Because once you're already on rest mode, it's hard to turn that switch back on. That's when your how do you say it? Your la motivación or whatever. Yeah. You're like, you know what? I got to go. You know what I mean? So that's when I'll get up and I'll go. Okay, I'll tell myself, we have to go to the gym. Wow, we gotta go to the gym. Yeah, let's go. So I found that being a little bit more difficult, getting home. So now I'm training close to the job. So I'm like, why go home, rest, and then come back? Let me just get it over with,
And you're warmed up already.
I'm warmed up already, yeah. Sometimes, I mean, if I'm tired, I'll probably stop by for a coffee. 0 sugar, 0 everything, almond milk, my wife tells me. It don't taste like nothing. But I get me a coffee to me so I can wake up and I can hit the gym. Yes, I'm tired and all that, but once I'm in there and training, I forget. I forget.
Yeah.
Especially because I know I'm already tired and I need to push myself some more. I'm just thinking about my opponent, like, man, he ain't working like I'm working, Right. I'm doing it, I'm doing it, and yeah, I'm tired or whatever, but it's just what needs to be done. I mean, it's temporary. You know what I mean? I'm hoping, I'm praying that maybe one day I get a good fight to where, okay, it ain't gonna change my life, this fight, but it's good enough money to where I can just not go to work for a few months or whatever and just keep training towards my next one. That next one might put me on some more money and eventually keep going on. Only God knows where it's gonna take me.
Yeah. Well, like everything, it's a process.
It's a process, yeah.
When you're doing the correct things to get there. I know that you've had some challenges in the last year or so, and the fact that you're still eye on the prize, motivated, and your support structure, your lovely wife, and the support that she gives you. So it's like you have all of these things in place, and it seems like you're super taking advantage of it and running with it.
Yeah, I am. She's 100% there. Always with my meal preps. With sometimes when I don't want to train, I'm always texting her like, "Hey, what are you doing?" She's like, "Jose, I know you're gonna ask me if you want me to stay. Go to the gym." I'm like, I wanted you to tell me, like, can you just stay with me or something?
Nope.
Go to the gym,
you got stuff to do, man.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I'm still going at it. I'm still going at it, and man, trying to stay motivated. And I have my son too. I have Irvin. He's a competitor too. He does wrestling, he does boxing, and I'm pushing so he can see that it takes commitment. You need to be there, it's every day, not only when you feel like doing it, because if I ask him, people, you want to go to the gym? He's going to tell me no. He's a kid. He doesn't know. He doesn't have to go to the gym.
Yeah.
People, you want to go to work? No, I don't want to go to work. I don't have to go to work. I mean, for what? Papa, you pay for everything,
Right.
But if I show him that I'm going every day, that I don't ask him if he wants to go. Hey, we're gonna go. Maybe he doesn't train 100%.
Yeah.
But at least we're there. At least he's seen that his dad's putting in work.
Yeah, and that he's building the habit. He's building that so that it's not something that you do sometimes. It's like, this is what we do.
Yeah.
So it's ingraining that in him, so that, when, he's 20, it's like, okay, I have to work. Like, it's just ingrained that you have to work.
He has to do something.
And how about your daughter? What is
Oh, my daughter, Sarilyn, man, the princess. Yeah, my princess. Well, she everything that her brother's doing, she wants to do too. She wanted to wrestle too. Yeah, I want to wrestle, Bob. I don't want to do. When Irvin was wrestling, she wrestled. She cried. She won her first little tournament, but she cried after that. I think she did it again, but after her first match, she didn't want to wrestle no more. But she takes after her mom. I mean, her look, she's beautiful like me. She takes it on me. But she takes after her on the artistic part. Zaira,
okay.
You know how she does the whole drawing on shoes and all that, and airbrush, and she does too. She's falling right behind her, and she does all that.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, she likes sports and all that too. But sometimes we split. She was doing volleyball not too long ago, but that finished, and we split. Zaira takes her, or we switch. She takes her one way, I take Irvin to the other gym. But she's there too. She's trying to do something with her. She was like, Papa, I want to paint nails, I want to make some money. So she asked her, when people come over, family member, hey, I paint your nails. I can do it, whatever. Or I don't know if you saw my Instagram. She was doing drawings too. She was drawing. Yeah. She asked my mama, Grandma, I can draw you and Grandpa and the dog. I'll charge you like $10.
$10?
Like, $10?
Does she have her little Venmo QR code so that people can
she should, yeah.
I will take this opportunity to talk about sneakers because I love sneakers. So one of my favorite sneakers it's from an artist named Warren Lotus. He's a designer, and he deconstructs Nike shoes, reconstructs them with his own style, and sells them. And he was doing it for a while, and Nike wasn't suing him. They weren't pissed. But then he made this one shoe that got attention from one of the designers from Nike. And then once that happened, Nike was like, nope, can't do this anymore. They sued him. But the last shoe he made was called the Warren Lotus Jason Voorhees. And it looks like a dunk, but it's red. It has a swoosh. And the swoosh, at the end of the swoosh, it's the Jason hockey mask. And then there's black and then there's white on it. I love that shoe. The SoleMates, they have two of them, but it's size 9 and 10, I think. So they won't even come close to fitting me. If I were to buy this shoe right now, it's about a $6,000 shoe.
Damn.
So when I saw I cannot.
Saira.
I want to put another I in there. I want to say Saria.
No, Saira.
Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, Saida. When I saw that Saida was starting to paint shoes, I sent her a message right away, and I said, do you think you could make these? And I sent her pictures of these Jason Voorhees dunks. And she said something along the lines like, well, I think so. Let me think about it. So then when she said yes, didn't even think about it, didn't ask how much, didn't ask anything, just said, I want them. I said, I'm a size 12. If you want me to get because she made it out of an Air Force One, which is a beautiful blank. Oh, it's white, so it's a perfect canvas. She said, no, I'll order them. And I got them, and I love them. They are perfect. And I'm sure you've seen them.
I saw them. Yes, I did.
And I've shown them to all my buddies, and they're like, whoa, this is really good. So with customs, it's like I'm telling everyone that I know, if they pull it, hopefully they start pulling the trigger. And because it's like, if you want this, it's like, this is pretty cool. So it's like, I have my own version of a $6,000 shoe. And I will post pictures of what she made in the show notes here and in social media. So if anyone here wants, like she does like Dragon Ball Z characters.
Anything.
She can do Seahawk themed. She can do Mariners themed.
Whatever they want. Yeah, airbrush on shirts too. For birthday parties. Hey, my kid's having a Pocoyo party, and all right, here you go.
Yeah, that reminded me that I was going to see if she would want to get like this table here. I have this table in the studio, like do something on this table. Hey, I forgot that I was going to.
We have this table at the house, right? And it's kind of wood looking and got this designs. But my brother-in-law, those little perfumes that you connect to the light and it kind of smells whatever. Well, they told me, hey, take it off. It means it's already hot. So I put it on the table upside down and burnt it.
Wow.
So now she's like, man, I don't like this table no more. I'm like, yeah, well, I can buy you a new one. No, I don't want to buy a new one. I mean, I'm gonna sand it and I'm gonna paint it myself. So she's been wanting to do it for so long. So if you tell her to do something, after this one, she's gonna want to paint everything out the house. And she already told me about the cabinets. I know I can do the cabinets. I'm like, I know. Like, what does it take? I'm like, well, you either have to sand them or degloss them and then paint them. But I was like, but I'm not a painter. I don't want to. No, Jose, I'm gonna do it. I'm a painter. She said. And I'm like, no, don't do it. So
that's beautiful.
She's there, man. She's just wanting to do all this stuff. She's like, man, I can do it.
Yeah, that's a really good impetus is the word to have, because you get some really cool creative stuff, not stuff that you can just find at. I mean, there's just so much you can do. That's pretty exciting. And it's like I like everything with my own twist to it. Like my desk is a regular desk, but this is a door from like the 1800s that I got at Earthwise. This reclamation. It's a store in Soto where salvagers go to old buildings, take all of the molding, the fixtures, doors, and they go and sell it to this place called Earthwise. So this door is from some house from the 1800s. Which is tiny. This doesn't even look like a normal door, but it's a normal door, and I just used it as a desktop.
Yeah, well, that's imagination right there. I wouldn't have done that.
It's a little weird. And then I painted it red because I like, as you can see, I like red stuff. But that is super cool. So I need to think about what I want and see if she would want to take on a project like this.
After this one, I already know she's going to start paper taping everything at the house so she can do the cabinets too and that table.
No, it's so you have your son is a athlete, wrestler, boxer,
soccer
then
player,
wife and daughter, artist, and then Ezequiel.
Ezequiel? I don't know, man. That kid is just.
It seems like he's gonna be up to trouble.
Well, yeah, he is right now. Yeah, he's beating up on the brothers and but you know what? My son made him like that, because my son wrestles, my nephew too, so they would wrestle with him every time they would see him.
Yeah.
And he didn't like it, but now he's all about what's up, he just right. We're just watching movies, and next thing you know, bam, he just throws a blow or a kick or something. Or if he sees somebody fighting on the TV, especially because when we're watching boxing, he gets pumped up. But I don't know, man. That kid, he likes sports too, He likes sports. He grabs every time we go to the store, and if I see some soccer balls, footballs, whatever, I just turn him around the other way because I know he's going to cry for something, And me, I mean, I'm trying to teach him that not everything he wants, I need to give it to him, you know? But...
Well, he's two.
Yeah.
And they do call it the terrible twos.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, I believe.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what he would do. I mean, my son right now, he's really into boxing and wrestling, and the kids always watching him, so they always tend to do what they see, but
yeah, he might be a mix of the two.
Yeah,
he might have an athlete streak with a flair of something artistic. He might be a pro wrestler or no, a WWF wrestler, where still very athletic, but then a little bit of drama to it. A little bit of Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, yeah.
Like some cool acrobatic Mexican stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what that kid ends up doing.
No, that's exciting.
But I'm always there to support him. Irvin always. He's also a gamer, man. He likes gaming, and he tells me that, Papa, I don't like it just because I like to play video games. I'm a competitive, you know what I mean? I'm a competitive mode. Yeah. And once I reach 13, I can enter these tournaments where I can win money. Right. I'm like, what you talking about? He started showing me. I'm like, oh, there is real money in that. I'm like, well, look, Urban, I'm going to support you in anything you want. So I want you to box. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to box, I'm not going to push you to box, you know? And you're saying you want to be a gamer. All right, well, I was like, give me, put the time, do your school, you know what I mean? Your school first. They're homeschooled too by my wife. My wife homeschools them. So I was like, do your schoolwork, do your training. When I'm not here, do your training. He has his punching bag in the garage. Do your training. And now you're giving us what we want you to do. Right. Then I'm going to support you in whatever you want to do, you know? So I got him his PC, well, not PC, monitor. Yeah. A monitor. I got him. He needed the new Xbox because I don't know the pixels and he needed this control. I'm like, damn boy, hold up. So I got him that. You know, I'm supporting him on anything he wants to do. I mean, my daughter too. She says she wants to do this. I'm like, all right, here you go. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not turning everything into business, but money is important. You know, so. I don't know. I just want them to do something that's going to be able to take care of them, you know, in case one day we're not here. I don't want them to be like, damn, well, I don't know how to do anything. You know what I mean? What am I going to do?
I don't know how your parents were, but if I had told my parents I want to be a gamer.
Oh, trust me. I'm still like, you're tripping.
My mom would have said, estás bien loco.
Hey, but hold up, though. Back in the day, gaming was not as big as it is now, though. No. You know what I mean? And I'm still like Irvin, dude.
Man, they can make millions of dollars.
Yes, they can. That's why I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? But still, you know what I mean? Sometimes the kid wants to just play video games. We have to go, well, I got this tournament. I don't care about a tournament. We have to go. And then he gives me a little attitude that I'm like, see, that's why I don't like you playing video games. Because then when we have to go, you're like, I don't want to go. Well, you ain't old enough to stay at the house. You know, like, let's go.
I mean, he has time. How old is he?
He's 11, about to be 12 this year.
Yeah.
In May.
I mean, he's still feeling things out.
Yeah.
It seems like he really digs the wrestling and the boxing. It seems like he does. So, you know, these things will sort themselves out later. But what the beauty of what you're doing is that you're not shutting doors. You're not saying no. You're not saying, you know, estás perdiendo el tiempo. You're encouraging and nurturing and, watering, right? Because, you know, as kids grow, they need to be watered.
Yes. And I'm trying to guide him, you know what I mean? As he gets older, I'm going to tell him, well, he's already known my past, you know, my kids already know what I've been through, you know? Right. So I'm always reminding them, you know, like, hey, you got to do things right. If not, you're going to do what I did and end up where I ended up at. And the next thing you know, what you really want to do is going to be too late. And now you're going to have to be like me, juggling work, family, and what I really want to do, you know? So, but it's never too late, man.
No,
it's never
not
too
at
late,
all.
man. And as long as you want to do something, you can always do whatever you time. You can always find the time, you know?
If you want it, yeah.
Yes, if you want
it, you can always find the time. But, I mean, I don't know fully your, you know, young Jose, adolescent Jose of what was going on. But the benefit, though, is that right now you're very clear and that you have you're aware to tell them and also giving them an example versus, you know, someone else who, I mean, because how common is that for someone who might have not had, you know, who may have made poor decisions in the past, but still hasn't done anything, but then telling someone else, hey, you shouldn't do X, Y, or Z when they're not setting any kind of example. So the fact that the example that you're setting while still being able to say, hey, listen, I mean, I may have messed up before. And did I make my life harder? Like, maybe. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And you can get further
exactly
than I did.
I'm always giving my life as an example to them. You know, I'm not quick to point fingers. If you do this, you're gonna end up like that. Yeah. I tell them, like, look, if you do this and now you're gonna end up like this, like me. You know, when I end up, because thanks to God, I feel like I'm in the right place. You know.
Yeah.
But yes, I did commit a lot of mistakes, you know, with gangbanging and partying and everything that comes with partying, you know, and
yeah,
and I tell them, you know, like, look, there in life, there's gonna be friends like this, like that, and it's your choice who you want to hang around with, and it's also your choice to do what you want to do. There's gonna be peer pressure
right.
and just like they're peer pressuring you to do something, you can always peer pressure them not to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You be that light for them.
See,
you can be the example they're looking for. You know what I mean? Because as when we're growing up, we don't want to be at home. We're only finding a way out. You know what I mean? Especially if you don't. Anyways, I mean, you're just out there trying to find something to do. You know what I mean? And it's quick to try things. You know what I mean? But that's where I come in. That's I'm like, look, yes, all right. I tried things, and then that set me back for so long. You know what I mean? And it gave me a criminal record. You know what I mean? So that set me back to I can't get certain jobs. I couldn't live at certain places because that thing was on my record. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it hurt me to have my family and wanting to rent a place that they wouldn't rent me a place. Hey, we can't rent your place because of this. I'm like, what? That happened 3 years ago and 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, and we couldn't move. We couldn't get a nice place because it was on my record. So until 10 years ago passed by and boom, finally we're able to move to a nicer spot. And whenever I could, I always wanted more for my family. I mean, whenever I could, with God's help, I bought my own house. Now they have their own house, you know, their own room. Yeah. So
beautiful. So that's hopefully what I'm sure that is what he is seeing. He's seeing, you know what? There were struggles, but you can avoid them. And did you do sports or box as a kid?
I did, but I didn't have somebody there with me pushing me, you know. And so I had that choice. Do I want to go train and sweat and put in work, or do I want to go hang out and chill and party? Well, I'm gonna go do that. I didn't have somebody. I tell him, you're lucky, you're blessed to have me by your side telling you, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that. Because if I wasn't here, what would you do? I'd probably be playing video games, he says, you know. So
one of the benefits that you're instilling in encouraging sports and even in art, you know, in artistry with your daughter is self-confidence. And I mean, there's been plenty of stories of how, you know, gang life comes from a lack of self-confidence and needing people around you to validate you. The only problem is that you're choosing people who are equally insecure and equally low in self-esteem to surround yourself with. So if you get to because he is excelling in sports, getting better at boxing, getting better at wrestling, that is building self-confidence, which then turns into a way for him to just say, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I got higher expectations.
Yeah, it's like I don't need to. And you know, if there's a wrestling tournament and then someone is saying, hey, let's go do this, but if he wants to win that tournament,
yeah, exactly,
then it's like I'm not going to sabotage myself, right? So that's, I mean, you know, hopefully that is what will happen. But because you're instilling, because you are encouraging, that is what is ingraining in him. So I mean, you're setting them up for success, you know, in a way that you didn't have. You know, I've always been a dork. So even if I were to have wanted to gangbang, no one would have had me.
You had to,
because I'm total square.
Make up your own gang.
That's right.
You know, I'm gonna start my own gang.
The nerds.
But yeah, man, like just like you said it, you know, and I feel like that's how it was, you know, just trying to not to try to fit in places, but just we do this, okay, you know what I mean? I start hanging around with people, but as soon as I got to, I don't know, I think I left that when I was like 19 years old, man. I was like, man, this ain't for me. You know what I mean? Like, I already got locked up. I already got shot, stabbed over 2 letters. You know what I mean? Like, and when I was in jail, my family is there. You know what I mean? So I need to take care of mine. You know what I mean? I need to work. So I need to provide for that. You know what I mean? Instead of all this.
Yeah.
So I moved on, you know, but there's still other stuff. There's still other stuff. You know what I mean? My life didn't end it there.
I mean, it's a process, man.
It's a process, yes. Now I'm 30 years old. I'm way past all that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to just move forward. That's why I'm keeping myself busy, man. You know, God got me out of the streets. I feel like God put Saida in my life to get me out of the streets, because without Saida, I would still be probably there. You know what I mean? Who knows? Right. But she was like, no, this, you know what I mean? You need better than this and that. And also God put boxing in there for to get me out of there, you know, because like you're saying, I had fights coming up, but I was still partying and drinking and whatnot. And I couldn't perform well, you know. And then I started to get to, I was like 18, 19. I'm like, man, when I want to win, you know what I mean? Well, I was winning, knocking people out, but then sometimes I would lose because I would just be tired, you know what I mean? Hungover, maybe, tired. So I wouldn't perform like I'm supposed to. So I boxing was like, man, you know, I can't do that no more. I mean, so I started being more consistent with training, and that's what got me out, man. Until eventually we're like, man, I don't need to be doing all that no more.
You could have just been a dork like me.
That would have been nice. I probably wouldn't have all these tattoos. This criminal record.
Go Nerds.
For
if you have a choice, just be a dork. Then you don't care. It's like, okay, fine. No one likes me. I'll just like myself. That was my saving grace. I've always loved myself.
Yeah,
and not really care. Even though I have no athletic ability, no nothing. But yeah, then actually, to tell you the truth, no one even tempted me with doing street stuff. That's how whack I was or am. They're like, nah.
He ain't about that life.
Yeah, I mean, my mom used to say, te van a dar droga gratis. Pero no. It's like no one even gave me free stuff.
Like, well, where where do I go for that?
It's like, where? It's like I go places, they just walk away.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I hear what you're saying, but unfortunately I can't fully relate because I'm a dork.
Yeah, no problem.
A dork.
That's just how it is.
Well, Jose, I know that you had a tough day at work, a hard day at work today, and you're here right from the gym, and I know you're tired. So I want to thank you for coming in and talking to us again, for giving us an update. Me. And then, I mean, basically, when people hear this, I just want them to say, wow, this dude is working a hard job, has a goal, but still finds the energy, the time to balance fighting, a pro career, and a family with 3 kids.
3 kids.
And
4 dogs.
4 dogs. Man, I want one of those dogs, man.
Hey, I got
for like $5,000, man.
Papered up and everything. You can.
I'll trade you my Eric Morales glove up there.
I'll take those trunks.
Okay.
Those GGG trunks. No, I'm playing, but yeah, man. If you want it, you can always find time to do something.
Yeah,
you know,
if you want it.
There was times where I was working and I had to train, and Saida's like, "Well, you're gonna have to wake up early and go run before work, and then that way you can do everything you're trying to do." And I'm like, "What? I mean, I gotta wake up at 4 a.m. She's like, well, you wake up at 5 anyways to go to work. She's like, why not 1 hour early? I'm like, okay. So I started doing that.
Yeah.
Waking up at 4 a.m, go run, after run, go to work, and after work, go to the gym.
Ugh.
And that's what I needed to do, because if not, I would just run out of time. I would just go to work, and then I'll drive all the way home, pick up my son, and then drive all the way to the gym, train. And it was already late for me to run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to wake up early again. So that's what I had to do. So there's plenty of hours in the day. So we just have to manage them right.
You know, you reminded me of something Kobe Bryant said. I've been listening to a lot of what Kobe said. You know, just the work ethic on that guy. He was giving this talk where he said, you know, early on I realized that if I get up an hour earlier and stay an hour later, I can add 14 hours of training in my week.
Wow.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that would be.
It's like, it sounds dumb and simple, but that's what it takes, man. There's plenty of NBA players who have stories of going to the gym, going to the gym. Kobe's there. They work out, they're done, and they just want to. They just sit back and say, okay, how long is Kobe going to be working? Kobe finishes an hour later, and they ask him, well, why are you here so late? He's like, because you weren't.
Yeah, I want to be.
He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm here early because you're not here early, and I'm here late because you're. I mean, that's power, man.
Yeah, that's power and a lot of time in that guy's hands to do all that. I wish I could stay. I mean, I train 3 hours. 3 hours. I get there, warm up, change. I mean, I'm still in work clothes right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Train and then 3 hours. If I could stay longer, I could. I mean, but then also I have my kids and my wife I gotta see. You know, but
I mean, there's the reality that has to be applied to each individual, but you're there mentally there. I mean, otherwise you just wouldn't do it, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise you would be like, man, I climbed up 16 flights of stairs with a 30-pound tool belt on. I'm just gonna sit on the couch and eat a taco.
I'm gonna just chill today,
right? And you just can't do that. But you've got a fight in 6 weeks, so I'm going to put the link for tickets in the show notes. I've already posted, but I'll post it again. A social media post directing people there. Use code BOX1.
BOX1, yes.
And then you'll get a discount on your ticket. It's going to be at the Maiden Bauer Center in Bellevue on March 12th.
March 12th.
And I think everyone should go and support. Number one, support because my boy Jose has worked hard, as you can hear, and he's actually doing it. So we need to go and support. And then second, we need people to go to events, man.
Yeah,
we need more events.
So they can see that it's all good. You know, I mean, the amateur fighting is starting to happen again, and it's going well. You know, 1 went down, 2, 3. So now it's starting to open, and hopefully we get more fights coming up. You know,
yeah, we need events. I love going to fights. I've we took our friends to your first debut, and man, they still talk about it.
Let them know there's another one coming.
Yeah. They saw my post, so we'll see if they're able to come. But definitely check that out. So Jose, again, thank you so much for coming by and talking. All of this information is going to be in the notes, so I'm strongly encouraging everyone to support. What are your parting words for us?
That we can do anything we put our mind to, you know, and train hard for me, and I hope everybody does too, you know. If it's not training, study, go to school or work, whatever they doing, you know what I mean? Just keep on pushing in life. Life ain't over until it's over.
Indeed. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. And then again, thank you for subscribing on any of your podcast apps. Check out the sponsors, Rancho Bravo Tacos in Capitol Hill and in Wallingford, and SoleMates at www.sms206.shop. Their links are going to be everywhere. And then also do me a favor and hook me up with a review. Click that 5 stars and say, yo, Carlos is a dork, but he's pretty cool. And I was 97% sober during this show, so
nice.
That's a rarity. All right, thank you, Jose.
Yeah, thank you.
Adios.
Adios.